Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy's back! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Nick from Australia. Welcome to the preliminary final football review between the Panthers and the Rabbitohs. The Panthers, they have booked themselves another grand final, winning 32 points to 12. They started like shit, Penrith, but they ended up coming good and they ended up getting the win. I'm joined by a very emotional CJ Moxley. CJ, mate, you've done well to get yourself together here and come on the review. Obviously, a bit upset. Don't blame you one bit. Souths, a overachieving season in a positive way. A very good year from you fellas. I don't want to ask you how you're feeling because it's pretty obvious, but you guys... You should be proud of the Rabbitohs for the season they had.
Yeah, I am. We finished 7th, made to a prelim. Jason Demetrio came in and broke that so-called Wayne Bennett curse. We lost a lot of key figures like Benji, Reynolds, Gagai, those sort of players, and made to a prelim. So I'm proud of the season we had, and just can't fault the effort we've put up here.
Yeah. Well, see, it was always going to be tough for Souths. They lost Burgess. He wasn't able to play due to suspension. Alex Johnson was ruled out, which did not help them. They were in the game, I'd say, for 35 minutes. And then when Penrith scored those tries in the 35th minute and the 39th minute, that's where I think Souths lost the game. That's just me. Do you agree with that? Or would you say something else?
Well, I thought it was a 12-all. I knew we were still in the game, but you could definitely tell there was going to be a momentum swing going into the second half. Look, I'm not going to blame the players we had out. We had a task to do and we didn't complete it. Simple as that.
Well, I think, there's a lot of criticism towards the Rabbitohs and Penrith, bro. I want to talk about Penrith for a minute. Fuck. Their first 20 minutes, what was that? They were horrible the first 20, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, and we should have taken more advantage of it, despite being 12-0 up. I thought we were pretty lucky to be even 12-0 up. We had a lot of opportunities in our own end to score more tries, and the defence held out, and they're too relentless, Penrith.
The Coruscant tries, I think, is where it started. Yeah. But the Brian Toto one, that was the killer. That was a painful try to let in.
Yeah, that one there set the tone for Penrith and how they were going to play going into the second half. And it was a try that shouldn't have been conceded anyway. It came off Campbell Graham. And, now just a try that shouldn't have been conceded.
What'd you make of the Tane Milne send-off?
That's an idiot. He's an idiot. I know he didn't intentionally to do it, but...
You think it was the right decision to send off?
Going to do my best to be unbiased. I don't think it was a send-off. I think it was a sin bin. He did deserve time off the field.
Okay. Yep.
Either way.
Look, when it happened at first, I went, okay. When I saw it happen at first, I'm going, okay, he's probably going to go to the sin bin. But then I watched it again, and then I'm going, oh, no, it's a swinging arm. He's fucked. Yeah. He's getting sent. And he got sent. So, I mean, he's probably going to miss the first 6 weeks of next year, isn't he?
Yeah, probably. So, I'd assume we'd probably put Richard Kenner in the starting lineup starting next year.
Yeah, Richie Kenner had a pretty good game for South tonight. He's probably one of their better players, to be honest with you. All right. Let's have a look at Penrith, bro. Like, obviously they started like shit. They come good, they got going. I don't know about you, but Jerome Luai tonight was getting on my fucking nerves. The swinging high tackle on Campbell Graham, that should have been a sin bin, bro. The Luai cheap shot, high swinging tackle on Campbell Graham, that was a sin bin for mine. I was shocked it wasn't.
There's a lot of things I could say about Law tonight, but it's not going to be appropriate on stream. I was just going to say he's a mutt. That's all I'm going to say. Should be a sin bin.
He's a fuckwit, bro.
And just Luai. He's a fucking he's just an arsehole, bro. That's all I can say.
Not Latrell. Luai. Nothing more than a grub. I mean, seriously, some of the things he did tonight, I would not be surprised if he got charged by the NRL judiciary. But even if he does, he'll probably get off because it's the grand final. Same with Viliami Kikau, bro. Viliami Kikau, he did a shoulder charge, a couple of dirty tackles. If they get charged, they're going to get off because it's the grand final. We all know that, don't we?
Don't expect anything less from a thug, a gangster in Jerome Luai, so he'll get off. He'll get off. I don't expect anything less from that little fuck.
I mean, before we go through the tries and all that, I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
A lot of people are putting the blame on Latrell Mitchell tonight. I don't think that's fair to put it all on Latrell. Latrell Mitchell is a fullback. He can only do so much for the Rabbitohs. If they're going to rely that heavy on Latrell Mitchell, then that is quite sad. They need more help. Obviously, Cody Walker, I thought he stood up tonight. Ilias was decent. He had his moments. Cook, he didn't have any space, did he? Murray tried really hard. But Latrell Mitchell cops a lot of bullshit. Yes, tonight was probably the worst game he's played in quite some time. It was pretty shit tonight. But to pull on him, it's not. Excuse me. It's not fair, is it?
No, it's not. We're not a one-man team, so no, it's not the blame to put on Latrell. If you want to blame anyone, blame every player out there tonight. They didn't do their job and they let it go.
Blame them all.
You can't put it on one player. He done his job tonight. Yeah, he didn't do flashy plays like he usually does, but who can against Penrith? You can't just pin it on Latrell tonight.
If you're going to be one of those people on social media that's going to go on social media and say South's lost tonight because Latrell Mitchell was shit, well, I'm sorry, but you're off your fucking head. You can't just blame it all on Latrell. If you blame it all on Latrell, you're a fucking idiot. Seriously. The bloke, he is only a human being. Yes, he is a marquee superstar player. But he can't do everything on his own, You look at all the great players that's played the game. They have all had good support with him. And they were playing Penrith, the best team in the comp in the last couple of years. So, if he had his time over again, he probably would have liked to have had a better game tonight. But that just proves how good Penrith are. They know how to shut down the best players. It's what they do. And that's why they've been the best team the last couple of years. So Penrith did their job on Latrell well tonight. So you've got to give credit to the Panthers for what they did on Latrell.
Yeah, they did. They shut him down really well. I thought that would have been in their plans.
He wasn't the worst player on the field. There was 12 other players out there that weren't great. Some of them were good. Some of them weren't good. But Penrith were just a better team in that second half, and they ended up winning the game because they got back in the game with that momentum before half-time, and they ended up blowing them away. So the credit needs to go to Penrith for that. Don't blame the loss on Latrell. That's bullshit. That's fake news.
You can't blame the loss on anyone. Nobody's talking about, Campbell Graham's, try assist to Brian Toro, basically.
He was a warrior tonight.
But, people blame Latrell.
I felt sorry for him.
Yeah, Campbell Graham, he had a great night, but unfortunately, that hurt, that part.
Well, mate, let's go through the game. We're going to go through the tries and all that now. So the Rabbitohs, they won the first 10 minutes. They did really well. And then there was an offload there from Mark Nichols, which was, I think, was knocked on by Penrith. It went backwards. I think Edwards missed the ball. and Cody Walker dived on it and scored the first try of the game. Cody Walker, right place, right time.
Yeah, soft try to concede from Penrith, I thought. Cody Walker goes over. Good to see him go over against Penrith. He has a good streak against them with scoring, but yeah, opens
He
up
does.
a good start.
Hey, 100%, bro. South went out to a 6-0 lead after 10 minutes. Really good start for the Bunnies. And then a nice play on that left-hand side there. Latrell Mitchell's pass to Tass was a good one. Gets it on the Richie Kenner, goes over in the corner. Gee, Richie Kenner. I mean, he's good for depth, isn't he? He just knows his job.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people had doubts on if he'd do anything. I thought he came in and filled the spot of Alex Johnson really well.
He did.
Scored, and yeah, look, I thought it was a lucky try to be given, but I think he just got there. So yeah, good on Richie Kenner. I knew he was going to do well tonight.
South Sydney went out to a 12-0 lead, bro. After 17 minutes, they were off to a fly, South, and I'm sitting there going, righto, Panthers were the premiers last year. Schoolboard pressures on Penrith. South's up 12-0. How do the Panthers get back in the game? And you know what they did? They grinded their way through. They were able to contain everything that South threw at them. Souths did make a couple of really silly errors and a couple of dumb things there. And then Abby Coruscant went from dummy half there, and he got to the try line. The on-field call was no try, but the more we looked at it with the bunker, the ball was on the white line, and Abby Coruscant went over to score. I mean, it's a tough try to concede, isn't it? It was pretty soft, really, when you think about it.
Yeah, at first I thought he got held up before the line, but no, he goes over and he scores. Beside Coruscant, he looked really dangerous when he came onto the field.
He did. He came off the bench there because Mitch Kenny started the game at dummy half. Coruscant off the bench. Just so much speed and so much energy. 12-6 in favour of South Sydney. Half-time was about to come around, and South Sydney threw an intercept. I don't know what they were thinking here. I thought they were going to set up for a field goal. And then Brian Todd gets the intercept and scores. I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
I was screaming at TV, give it to Latrell, field goal. Gives us a good
common sense.
And I don't
go
know,
up by 7, it's a different game.
Then, no, we decide, let's try and score. I don't understand some of our decisions sometimes. And then the intercept, it just happens every time we verse them. I don't get it.
Fucking unbelievable, bro. I just could not believe they would do that. I thought just run the ball through the middle, couple of hit-ups here and there, go back to Latrell, field goal, whether it be a 1-pointer or 2-pointer, who the hell knows. Probably a 1-pointer, especially with the position where they were. It was absolute madness from South, and it hurt them, bro. It just shot them in the leg. It really did. We get to halftime, it's 12-all, and I'm going, South should be up at halftime, but they're not. And that's disappointing.
Yeah, we should have been up at halftime. We had all of the things go our way. We had a bit of rubber to green in the first half.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. We concede 12 points in a space of, 9 minutes? And one of those tries we shouldn't have even let happen. It's just, I don't know.
Frustrating.
It's just frustrating.
We get to the second half there, and there's a kick from Nathan Cleary. It's a very smart grubber kick through for Spencer Lenu. Now, that's a really frustrating try to concede. That would have really pissed you off, CJ.
Well, I hate to say, but when he scored that, I just had a feeling that it was done. It's not Penrith.
It just felt fucked, didn't it?
Spencer Lenu goes over and just, I don't know, it just felt, I don't know.
Yeah. 18-12 Penrith, bro. And then it was a bit back and forth there for a while. South they had a few chances on the attack. They couldn't get over the try line. And then there was a kick from Luai for Tago, and he scored. And I'm going, well, fuck me. That's pretty much the ball game.
Yeah, Penrith will defend for their lives with their 8 to 12 points up. So at this point, I have the faith, but realistically, Penrith won't let a team put 24 on them, past them.
Yeah. So, I said to you, I think it was Tuesday, if Souths are going to win, they're going to have to score at least 20 points.
Yeah.
And
we should have done that.
When they were up 12-0, I wasn't confident that they would win 12-0 or 12-10, but when it was 12-0, I thought, fuck, this Penrith under a bit of pressure here, but when Isaac Tago went over and scored that try off that little grubber kick, I said the game's over. I said Souths aren't going to score 26 to get in front. or 25.
Yeah, we're a good attacking team, but the thing is, Penrith are a great defensive team.
100%, bro.
You're not going to put 26 on Penrith.
24-12 Penrith, and then there was a Tane Milne thing. I mean, I think the send-off was the right call, and I think he might get 6 weeks for it. I don't know how long he's looking at. I reckon at least 5 to 6 weeks on the sideline.
Do you reckon?
How many weeks do you reckon he'll get?
I'll go 4 to 6. Do you reckon if he gets selected for the World Cup, he could maybe use those weeks or something?
Well, mate, Tamalolo's been fucking charged by the judiciary looking at 3 weeks, and he may miss the World Cup for Tonga now for a couple of games because of that crap. So the NRL need to sort out the rules between high tackles and NRL level and finals compared to international footy, because I don't think that should even count going into international footy.
Yeah, me neither.
It should count next season when the season starts.
Just Tane Milne just weakened us.
Yeah, brain snap. That's all you can say, bro.
And then just
anyway,
getting
it was what 26-12 Penrith at that point, and then there was a late try to Nathan Cleary. I think he put a grab kick in for himself, whatever. No one even gave a fuck at that point. Cleary goes over to score. We get the full time. Panthers win 32-12. Panthers will play the Eels in the grand final.
They got what they wanted.
Yeah, I said last night after we got robbed against Parramatta, I said they got what they wanted. Panthers at Eels grand final. And I knew, well, I was hoping South would win for you, but I fucking knew Penrith would win, but I was hoping that South would win for you. The NRL got what they wanted. They wanted the Panthers Eels grand final, and they've got what they fucking wanted. I'm quite pissed off about that.
We weren't robbed against Penrith, but it's just It's just hard to say anything good about it.
It's hard to swallow the loss, especially when it just happened.
But I don't want to go out and say shit about Penrith because they're a great team, and I'm not going to deny that. But
I don't like them at all.
I don't know. That shouldn't even be a Panthers Eels grand final to start with. But they got what they wanted, and they're going to make their profit off it now.
What shits me off is Luai and Kickout. Dirty tackles all night, swinging arms, shoulder charges, all that shit. You had fucking Spencer Linu go for a second HIA trying to fight Tane Milne. I can't, Luai and Kickout need to be charged by the NRL judiciary, but we all know if they do get charged, they're going to get off because it's grand final now.
They won't get. There's no way in the world they're going to get charged. They're just going to get cop a fine and move on with their week.
Yeah, they'll probably get away with it. I can't see them getting charged. If they do, they'll get off. We know that.
Yeah, of course they will. Fucking ridiculous.
Well, mate, obviously Penrith have been the best team all year, the last couple of years. They finished first, minor premiers. They're into another grand final. We don't really need to say much more about Penrith because we all know how good they are. But your boys, mate, they finished 7th this season. No one thought Sass would get past the Roosters, let alone Cronulla, and they got through to a prelim. They've had a great year. New coach, first year, new coach, into a prelim. You guys have got a massive future ahead, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think our premiership window's open still.
100%.
Let's have that confidence. Jason Demetriou's come in and he's really built something good around the club. Lachlan Ilias, he's had a great season as well. I'm happy with the season we've had, and I think we've surprised a lot of people. And I can't wait for next year because we're going to be back up there again.
Oh, yeah, Yous will be in the 8 next year, without a doubt. Whether it be top 4 or 5, 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th, I expect Souths to be in the top 8 next season. I want to ask you this, CJ.
Yep.
Obviously, Burgess was a big loss. Obviously, he wasn't able to play. Obviously, that was a big blow for you fellas. In my opinion, I think Souths, they need to go out in the off-season and get a really strong, experienced prop just to add a bit of agility to the South Sydney forward pack. Yeah. We all know Murray does so much with Kalamatangi and all that, but do you think you guys need to go out and get a big name prop or someone who's got experience?
Well, from my understanding, we've only signed Marty Tapau and Keenan Palacia. So that's the only signings I know
That's a
of so
good
far.
start. Palisade is good because he's young and he's going to get better. Tapau, he's good for the bench and that experience. So, I mean, if you guys are going to get Palacia and Tapau, I think that's pretty good.
And we got Saluka Fafita as well, but he's already here.
Yeah.
Yeah, JD said we're going to hit the market in 23. I don't know for who, which position, but we're going to sign someone in the off season.
I mean, look, I think your back line's pretty good. What you got: Latrell, Johnson, Campbell Graham, Tass is a good kid. You've got options on the wing too. You've got Milne, you've got Jackson Paulo. Oh no, Paulo's gone to the Roosters. Sorry,
Yeah,
Mansell's. I don't think he's getting
he's
re-signed.
gone. You
probably need to go out and get another outside back. Bailey Simonson might become available. So options out there for you.
He'd be good in a good system. I'd really like to see someone.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's at Parramatta right now. He's not having the greatest year, but he could be available.
Yeah, I think we just need to sign another back and someone in the forwards. And yeah, no, look, it's been a good season. I can't wait for next year. I really can't. 2023.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, I want to ask you this before we go to the top 3 players on ground tonight.
Yep.
Who would you say was South Sydney's best player tonight?
I'll give it to Cody Walker. I thought Cody was really great. I really like Cody Walker tonight.
Yeah, look, I'd probably go with Cameron Murray. Yeah. I think Cam Murray was probably South's best player. He was outstanding. He tried his guts out. Defends like a workhorse. Attacks like a workhorse. Does everything for Souths. And if Cam Murray was out for, say, 6 weeks for Souths, Souths probably would only win 1 game.
Yeah, mate. Cam Murray's been great. He's been a great captain so far.
Oh, he is, 100%. Who would your top 3 players on ground be from the Panthers Rabbitohs prelim final tonight? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, number 3, I'll give it to Nathan Cleary. Number 3, yep. Nathan Cleary. Number 2, Brian To'o. And my man of the match is Dylan Edwards. He killed us, and he was really safe with the ball as well.
You know what? I've probably got the same top 3, but different order. Number 3, I'll go with Brian To'o. Number 2, I'd go with Nathan Cleary. Number 2, Edwards man the match. Edwards was freakish all night. He had a blinder. I think he ran for 260 meters or something. Hang on. Fuck. 287 meters. Jesus.
Scary thing is, he does that on a weekly basis. It's crazy.
Man, he's probably the best fullback in the game at the moment. He's fucking killing it.
Yeah. It's crazy.
He's unbelievable, Dylan Edwards. He proved me wrong. I remember about 3 or 4 years ago, I said he's the shittest fullback I've ever saw in my life.
I remember you saying that as well.
I used to criticize the cunt. Now he's a fucking freak. Edwards deserves credit.
Maybe you watched your videos and you motivated him.
I don't watch my own videos. Fuck that. Fuck that.
No, Dylan Edwards. Weird.
I think.
Dylan Edwards watch your videos.
Well, mate, obviously, I'll be doing my grand final preview through the week, but do you have an early tip for the grand final between the Eels and the Panthers? You got an early pick?
Who I want to win or who I think will win?
Both. What do you reckon?
I want Para to win the comp.
Yep.
We have a few good Para mates and it'd be nice to see them break the drought, but I think Penrith will win. I think Penrith are going back-to-back.
You think Penrith are going back-to-back?
Yeah, I don't want them to, though.
I'm on the fence. I don't know which way to go. I'm probably leaning towards Penrith to win, but Parramatta, I think their style of football and the way they attack and defend definitely could beat Penrith. And if you go back to that qualifying final, Parramatta were in that game with Penrith. I think it was only like a 3-point game or whatever it was, and then Moses got knocked out and Para fell apart. So I think it's going to be a really intriguing grand final to see how it goes. But Parramatta is a big chance, in my opinion. I think it'll be a really close game.
They're every chance in the world. And come on, Para.
Yeah. All right, CJ. Well, mate, thank you for coming on. It's been gutsy effort from yourself coming on the channel and doing this review, especially after that. I was in your boat last night, literally, without a doubt. Yeah. And I still haven't gotten over the game against the Eels. I won't get over it. We were robbed.
We won't get over it till round 1, 2023. That's just the truth.
Yeah, probably. Even that, I still have a grudge against Grant Atkins. Grant Atkins is the worst referee I've ever seen. All right, CJ, take care of yourself, mate, and enjoy the Super League Grand Final at 3 a.m. I'll be watching for sure.
Yeah, thanks, bro. And hopefully both our teams go one step better in 2023.
2022 Grand Final, Rabbitohs and Cowboys.
Should be, hopefully.
Yeah, you never know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the Panthers Rabbitohs prelim final review. Like and subscribe, share around on social media. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you guys in the next one.